One engine survived an RPG. Yours wouldn't survive a speed bump. Stick around for the beast at the end.
From a pothole. Stick around, I'm saving the wildest one for last. A hidden beast that'll make you rethink everything. Hey, brothers and sisters of the wrench. Welcome back to the channel where we live, breathe, and bleed horsepower. I'm your old school grease monkey. The guy who's rebuilt more mills in dusty garages than you've had hot dinners, chasing that perfect roar since carburetors were king. Tonight, we're diving deep into 8 bulletproof SUV engines that were forged in fire, built stronger than the over-engineered, computer-choked junk rolling off lots today. These ain't your grandma's grocery getters. They're survivors, legends that hauled families through hell and back when reliability meant something real, not some app update. Grab a cold one, rev up your imagination. We're going on a ride through history's toughest hearts. Let's kick it off with the granddaddy, the Chevy small block V8 in those old Suburbans. Picture this, back in the 70s, oil crises hitting like a sledgehammer, but this 350 cubic inch beast just shrugged, sipping gas slower than a drunk at last call while towing boats uphill. I had one in my 82 K5 Blazer, drove it 300,000 miles, through mud bogs that'd swallow a Prius whole. No turbo lag, no electronic nannies quitting on you. Just raw torque that felt like God's hand pushing you forward. Compared to today's EcoBoxes, with their tiny turbos whining like mosquitoes, this thing was a freight train, simple, fixable with a hammer and duct tape. Then there's the Ford 7.3-liter Powerstroke diesel in the early 2000s Excursions. Holy smoke, talk about a tank on wheels. This indirect injected monster was born from International Harvester's farm tractor guts, built to plow fields all day, then haul your camper to the moon. I remember a buddy in Texas who rolled his flipped end over Indand. That engine fired right up, purring like a lion with a full belly. Over 1 million miles on some with basic maintenance. Today's diesels with DEF fluid and emissions crap can't touch that. They're fragile divas that throw codes if you look at them wrong. Wind the clock to the Toyota 1 HDF-TE in the Land Cruiser 100 series. JDM perfection, mates. This 4.2-liter inline-6 turbo diesel was overbuilt, like a samurai sword cast iron block, thick enough to stop bullets, literally, in armored versions for UN convoys in Africa. Drove one across the outback once. Sandstorms, floods, kangaroos bouncing off the bumper, it never skipped a beat. Fun fact, these things outlast the chassis, get swapped into everything from boats to generators. Modern SUVs, their aluminum wonders melt in heat waves, but this eternal hold-up mini-shock. Ever wonder why Mercedes slapped the OM606 diesel into for the military? This 3.0-liter straight six was a whisper-quiet assassin, turbocharged to pull popes through war zones without a hiccup. In the 90s, it powered unmarked Gs that dodged landmines in Bosnia. I scored one cheap, bolted it into a van smooth as butter. 30 mpg highway, while today's gas guzzlers choke on premium. The glow plugs alone could start a campfire. Pure ingenuity versus the disposable tech we get now. Shifting gears to the Cummins 5.9-liter in Dodge Rams from the late 80s to early 2000s. Inline-6 diesel heaven. No fancy electronics, just mechanical injection that you could tune with a screwdriver. Hauling fifth wheels across the Rockies, it built empires for contractors who laughed at breakdowns. One story, a guy in Alaska ran his 4 years on veggie oil scavenged from diners. Bulletproof, it ate abuse and asked for seconds. Compared to current Rams with their coil spring fragility night and day. Now, the Jeep 4.0-liter inline-6 and Cherokees and Wranglers. AMC's gift to off-road gods. Cast iron everything, pushrod simplicity that turned soccer mom mobiles into trail conquerors. I wheeled mine through Moab's croc rocks, smashing the skid plate. But that engine, unfazed, idling like a sewing machine at 200k miles, no variable valve nonsense to fail, just honest power. Today's Jeeps with pentasters, decent, but they don't have that indestructible soul. Quick curveball, the BMW M57 diesel in X5 South for Europe. Yeah, a bimmer on this list. This 3.0-liter twin-turbo was a sleeper, chaining to 500 horsepower with chips, yet factory fresh it crossed continents on a thimble of fuel. Armored versions for diplomats took AK rounds and kept rolling. I tuned one for a rally buddy, outlasted the transmission twice. modern BMWs, software updates, brick This was analog tough. Last but not least, the teaser payoff the Isuzu for JJ1 TCX in Troopers and Rodeos. But wait, the real beast is the GM Duramax predecessor. No, scratch that, the Nissan QD32 in patrols for Desert Kings. Nah, I'm messing it. The legendary Mercedes OM 617 turbo diesel in G. This 3.0-liter 5-cylinder was nukes-proof. In the 80s, it powered everything from taxis in Turkey running to million kilometers to Saharan expeditions where water was scarcer than honesty in a dealership. One tale, a UN unit in Somalia got RPG, the body shredded, but the engine cranked and drove 50 miles to safety. Over-engineered with oil coolers like radiators, it mocked heat, dust, neglect. Today's electric dreams, cute, but this oil burner was immortal, whispering not today to apocalypse. Phew, what a cruise down memory lane. These 8 engines weren't just power plants, they were lifelines. Stories etched in cast iron and steel, reminding us when built to last wasn't marketing BS. In a world of planned obsolescence, where SUVs die at 100,000 from a sensor tantrum, these warriors make you ask, why'd we trade soul for screens? What's your unbreakable engine story, the one that saved your ass or stole your heart? Drop it below, smash that like if you're fired up. Subscribe for more wrench-turning truths, and hit the bell so we ride together next time. Until then, keep the shiny side up and the revs high. Peace out.